Hi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome for all those of you that have been watching me. Welcome for all those of you that are stopping for the first time. Welcome to all of my subscribers. Be blessed in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe so that you will be hearing all the testimonies that I have already shared and all what the Lord has put on my mind and all what I have been doing. So to God be the glory. Today I want to talk about spirit of death and to warn all those that are communicating with dead people how it can be dangerous. You must be very careful. So that's what I want to share with you today. To God be the glory. If you have ears to hear, you must listen to what the Lord is saying to you through all those that are testifying what the Lord has done for them. So today, as I said, I will be talking about spirit of death and dead people and how we can expose our life. So today, as I said, the Lord has put on my mind to talk to you about communicating with dead people. It might be your dead mother, father, husband, wife, or whatever, friend, best friend, but it can be very dangerous because the enemy will use their faces and to try and talk to you, and you will see as I go along what I'm trying to explain to you. You are most welcome once again. So today I come to share a testimony with you, and I will be sharing what the Lord wants me to talk about. It's a warning to all those of you that are communicating with dead people. You might say, my dead father, I saw him last night, and maybe that has been going for quite some years or months, and you think it is your father or stepfather or mother-in-law or whatever, or whoever I want to say. But you must be very careful. Sometimes you might have a dream that is just a dream, because if you had your husband, like, or your wife or your husband is dead, your mother or your best friend, because you had a relationship with that person, that doesn't mean you cannot have a dream. But if that dream is continuing, like every time, every week, every month, and that person is talking to you, coming to talk to you, coming to reveal things to you, you must be very careful about it. As I said, if someone lost their parents, it is normal that maybe you will have dreams about that person, because you will be still thinking of that person, you will be talking about that person, and that dream might come like just like a natural thing. But if you see, you still have to pray against it. If you are a Christian or whatever, you must pray against it. You must pray against it, because the enemy will try and trap you. So what I want to explain, if that dream is will continue to come once in a while, or almost every week and every day, every night, and maybe you'll be having vision of that person in the house with you, it's very dangerous. You must pray against it, and you must go and look for help. You must look for help, because it is not your dead relation, like your relatives or maybe your best friend. It can be something else. It might be something else. So that's what the Lord is asking me to say. Be careful about this type of thing. If you see that person will be coming so often and asking you how to dress, asking you what to cook, what to like, where to go and bathe and put that in the water and all sorts of things, you must know it is like you have been letting yourself lead by Satan himself. He is the one taking, like your best friend face, your mother, your father, husband, wife, whatever, whoever, taking their faces to come and talk to you. When you see, well, that often like you have to go to the store and buy that, and that dead person will be coming and telling you what to do. Go in the store and you have to buy that and take that and do whatever. It is Satan himself. He is turning you into a psychic. He is turning you into like you are working in his service. He is the one putting confusion in you. And he will keep on doing it if you don't put a stop to it. You must look for help. You need prayers. You need deliverance. So when that thing happens, sometimes some people might say, oh, my dead wife, but she come once in a while and we are having sexual relationship. It is not your dead wife. It is not your dead husband. You must be very careful. The enemy is the one sleeping with you. He is the one having sexual relationship with you. It is not your dead wife or husband. It is not your dead wife or husband. You must be very careful with that. The enemy, like he take the face of that person because he know like you, the relationship you all had together, and he will use that same image, that same person to come and sleep with you. That he has transformed that image into a spiritual husband or wife. Even though you get married to someone else, when you get married to another man or another woman, you will be still having this type of dream. So once in a while or every week, every month, that person will come and have sexual relationship with you. It's a spiritual husband. It is not your dead wife. It is not your dead husband. It's Satan himself. He is the one using you. He will turn you into a psychic and you will be thinking like I want to talk to, like, if you're a Christian, sometimes you will be having these dreams and maybe you don't want to talk about it. You are taking pleasure in that situation. You must repent from your sin and confess and look for deliverance. Because you might be like, that spirit will be with you and you will be thinking it's the spirit of God, or maybe God wanted it to happen that way. It is not God. It is not God. You must confess. You must search for help. Because that thing will continue in your life, and your relationship that you will have with someone else, it will not work for you. It will not work. So that's what I want to talk about. If you are seeing dead people, I explained in another video, as I said, you can subscribe. Please subscribe so that you will be hearing what I've been saying and sharing about my past life, how the enemy wanted to use my body, how psychics and all those that used to do obia, they tried to kill me because I used to, like they say, they used to say like I am disturbing them, and I didn't know what I had at that time, the calling of God on my life. And afterwards, when they couldn't destroy me, the enemy used some of them to tell me like they want to make me become like them, and God protect me from them and all the attacks. So if I'm talking to you, I'm talking out of experience. So I explained in one of my last videos how the spirit, I saw how spirit on pure spirit left the cemetery and came to my home, and during the day I felt so sleepy. I went and rest myself, and how this evil spirit, that those spirits tried to enter in me so that I would come to like do what the enemy wanted me to do. But the gifts I have, it doesn't belong to him. I gave a testimony again how the Lord used me to pray for someone against something that would happen, and like the enemy wanted to kill that person, attack that person, and the Lord asked me to pray for that person. What happened and what the enemy came and offered me, put what God has given me at his service, and I would be a rich woman, and which I refused, although I was asleep. This evil spirit tried to enter my body. So people of God, even though you are not yet a Christian, be careful if someone like your dead parents or whatever come and talk to you or offer you gifts or whatever in your dream. You must rebuke it when you wake up, even though it is during the night or in the morning. Rebuke it, pray against it. So I will share a testimony with you now. It was last month, in the month of July. I had a dream and I saw it was my dead grandmother. Whenever I see someone, maybe even though it is my relative, and even though they don't talk in that dream, I will just pray against that spirit of death, because that person, he or she is dead. What can he do for me? What can he or she do for me? They are dead, and I will not accept them, even though it is in a dream, no matter what they might be saying to me. If that spirit, if I receive like any dream about someone that is dead, I will just rebuke and pray against it. Don't accept them. So I saw my grandmother saying like she wants one of my cousins to bring meat for her. She wants to eat meat, but she wants my cousin. She chose that. I know it was not my grandmother. That person, I know it was Satan taking the image of my grandmother. It was not my grandmother in that dream. It was not my grandmother in that dream. My grandmother was not, she wasn't, like when she was alive, she was not a witch. It was not my grandmother, but Satan using her image. So when I saw that, I didn't say anything in that dream, but when I woke up, I rebuked that. I say, he's not my cousin, even though you are hungry, no matter who you are, that's up to you. My cousin will not come and bring meat for you. So I called her sister, my other cousin, and I told her, you have to pray for your sister. There is something wrong. Something is wrong. You have to pray. I saw someone want to do something to her, but I didn't explain to her what I saw. I prayed against it. So the week after, my mother called me and she told me, Vicky, I had that dream and I saw my mother, and when I saw her, I wanted to go where she was, and I ran and meet her, but she kept running. She ran away when she saw me. So she told me she kept on running, and after she woke up. So I said to her, you must rebuke that dream. Rebuke that spirit of death. It's a spirit of death. It was not your mother, it's the spirit of death. And I told her what I saw, and I say in our relatives there is a spirit of death. That is a spirit of death. Satan wants to kill someone in that family. And I prayed against it and I rebuke it, and I asked her to pray against it. I don't know how long she prayed. I prayed not long, but every time I thought about it and the Spirit of the Lord asked me to pray, I pray and I rebuke that spirit of death. So what happened? 2 weeks after, my mother called me and told me two of my cousins, they were in a car accident. Oh my God. It was It was only the grace of God, the mercy, the protection of the Lord. They spent some time, like, I don't know if it's 3 or how many weeks at the hospital. I'm not sure how many days or weeks, but it was only the protection of the Lord that they didn't die in that accident. If we didn't pray against that accident, maybe that accident could be more serious. It would be more serious. But to God be the glory. If God asks you to pray for someone, pray about something, you must rebuke that thing. If you see in your, like, when you have dreams with dead people, they're asking you to do things. They're asking you to go and buy things. They're telling you that they are hungry or whatever. Don't go and bathe and go and put that in the water. For it is not your dead parents or relatives, friends. It is Satan. He is the one trying to make you, put you at his service. He knows that you have maybe some gifts and you don't know about it. And he will turn you into a psychic. He will turn you into someone, like, you will offer your relatives as a sacrifice, a witch. You will become a witch without knowing you are a witch. If you see your dead parents, like your dead mother, like always coming and talk to you, pray against it and rebuke it and stop accepting what that person is telling you to do. So I will give you another testimony. What happened? It was in 2011. I used to work at someone's home. At that time, maybe I was still a young Christian believer, a young believer. Maybe it was like around 4 years I got baptized. And I started working in that place. I used to take care of that lady. I used to clean for her and do lots of little things around the house for her. But when I started working and his sons saw how I was cleaning, and her daughters and like her children saw how I used to take care of her, they told me, you know, we want you alone, we want to come and work for our mother until she is no longer. They were so happy how everyone was clean and everything like that. And she told me one day, you know, she was a Christian, and she told me, you know, I'm still seeing my husband, her dead husband, come and visit her like every night. He does be there with her. So when she said that, I said, oh my God, but she is a Christian. What is she talking about? Her dead husband is walking around like being in the house with her. And she had that special jar her husband used to drink in while he was still alive. So that jar was so old, but if she had to drink water, she would use that jar. Everything, like, she would be using that same jar. It was a point of contact between her and her dead husband. But one day, what happened? I took my son with me at work, and I don't know why he went and took that jar, and that jar broke. It fell down from his hands, and it broke into small pieces. Oh my God. The lady was so angry. I don't know why why he went and touched that. I cannot say, because as I said in some of my videos, the Lord used to use my son when he was again small, at the age of 3. He used to pray for me, and he used to see things, and even pray at some people home. My aunt home, like one day we went there, and he went in the room and he called me, come and see, but I couldn't see what he was seeing. So that jar, my son went and took that jar, and that jar just crushed down, just fell, and that was the end of that jar. Oh my God. The lady was so angry, people. I was saying, oh my God, but I was saying, oh, it's a good thing. I'm sorry about your job, because it was my son that, when you go in and work at people home, you mustn't like go with your children. But that day, I think God used him to put an end to that point of contact. And the lady told me when I went to work, like I used to go every like 3 days during the week. When I went, she told me it's no use for you to work today, but she didn't call me the day before to say, well, I don't want you to work for me again. But when I went and start like preparing myself, she said, oh, when I came and I say hello, good morning, how are you doing? There is no need for you to work today. I'm not in need of your service anymore. And I went. Some people told me to go in they have a place, like they will have a company that will send people to work to clean at people's home or whatever. And she went and like asked them for someone. So she told me, if you want to continue to work for me, you can go and put your name. But you could have told me that before. I didn't know what she was talking about. And she told me, you can return at home. Well, I don't need you anymore. I don't need, because I said, oh my God, how can she be so wicked? She could have called me the day before. But I came and she told me, I don't need you, you can go back home. I was so angry, but I said, oh my God, how can she be so wicked? And I went back home and I was so broke down. And I said, I know it was because of that jar, that broken jar. Because her husband, that was a point of contact. But the Lord put an end to all of that. So to tell you how can these things be dangerous, maybe she could be seen her husband having sexual relationship. She would not talk to me about that. But when you are seeing this type of things, you must rebuke that. Your dead husband having relationship with you, it is not your dead husband. It is an evil spirit having sexual relationship with you. People of God, listen to all what God has been telling you. My testimony is there to help you, and to God be the glory. So that is where I will be ending my video. Until next time, be blessed and stay blessed in the Lord. We are one in Christ. God loves you, and if he sent me this morning to share my testimony with you and to talk to you about allowing dead people to communicate with you in dreams, it is evil. It can be evil. As I said, even like you might lose someone and it's just fresh and maybe a week, or you might have dreamed about that person. It is not always evil. But if you are seeing that person coming to you often and telling you to do that and do that and do that, whatever, just like that, don't put that on you, and it is an evil spirit. It is Satan, and he will bring you into witchcraft. So that's why I will be saying goodbye for today. Be blessed and stay blessed. Bye-bye. Until next time, remember, subscribe, like, and comment, so that you will be encouraging me. And to God be the glory. Bye-bye. You are blessed.